Welcome to the art room. When you come into art, make sure to wait for me to welcome you in and then quietly come in and find your seats. I love how Kelsey and Chloe aren't talking right now. They're just getting into their seats, and notice that they're not touching anything at the table until I say that it is time to start your center. If you sit at the Play-Doh center first, the Play-Doh might still be in the cups. So your first job is to take them out by squeezing the sides of the cup. Chloe was able to get hers out by squeezing the sides of the cup gently, but Kelsey seems to be stuck. She's trying several times before she raises her hand to ask for help. Thank you, Kelsey, for raising your hand. One of the toys we have in the center are cookie cutters, and you can see this person stuffed the cookie cutter filled with Play-Doh, and that's not how we use the cookie cutters. Kelsey is flattening her Play-Doh with her hand, and then she's taking a roller to flatten it even more. Chloe is waiting her turn for the roller, but she's actually found that she can use the little spatula to flatten the Play-Doh just like that. Now, is that a toy in Chloe's hand? Nope. That is the lid of the Play-Doh cup and not something we use as a toy. That stays to the side, and you use the cutters and tools in the tray. Just like this cookie cutter. Now that the Play-Doh's nice and flat, you can use it, put it on top of the Play-Doh and press down, lift it back up, and it will cut your Play-Doh. It might be on the mat or it might get stuck like Chloe's still. That's okay. Take your finger and press it out. Chloe wants to show me her Play-Doh, but I know she knows to raise her hand and wait for me to come over to her. Thanks for raising your hand, Chloe. When you hear the bell, you stop, put everything down, and touch your head until I say it's time to move. Now that they're ready to clean up, they've put their tools away, and they're making a ball with the Play-Doh. Don't put it back in the cup unless you're the very last table. Just make a ball and put your hands in your lap. I like that it didn't take them too long to do that. Thank you very much. When I call your center, you will stand behind your chairs and walk towards the yellow line. There's a red stripe right in front of each center. The Play-Doh line is right here, so Play-Doh friends will line up where Kelsey and Chloe are. The blocks are over there. And the Coloring and Project Center has the red line up front. Line up next to your center. When I tell you to, your center will move to the next one. So from Play-Doh, you move over to the Coloring or Project Center. When you get to the Coloring Center, you can take a white piece of paper from the middle and bring it to your seat. Chloe's decided to fold her paper, and that's okay. Kelsey's going to keep hers flat. And the first thing they're going to do, if we know how to do it, is to write our name. Thank you, Kelsey, for doing that first. Chloe can't find the color she wants, so she's going to try to ask me first. But before you ask me, ask 3 of your classmates. So Chloe will ask Kelsey if she can help her first. And Kelsey is finding several blues, which is what Chloe was looking for, and helping her out like a good teammate. Thank you, Kelsey, for helping out Chloe. When the bell rings, hands on head, eyes up front. They did not keep coloring. They waited till I said it's time to clean up, and then they put their crayons away. they're going to take their pictures and put them in another pile next to the blank paper. Don't put it on top of the blank paper. Make a pile next to it. They're now getting back into their seats to wait to be called to line up. Now that I'm ready, I'm calling them to line up next to their center line. The crayon center lines up right in the front. Make sure you face the door first so everyone can get into line. The next and last center for Kelsey and Chloe is the building center, which is all the way on the other side of the room, so they can't keep moving the same way they've been moving. When I tell them, they're going to turn around and follow the yellow line all the way down to the other side of the room and find a seat at the building center. There are trays with Legos, and there are trays with larger building blocks. You can pick either one, and if all the seats are taken, take a seat at the other table. Share all of the supplies. Make sure they stay in the middle of the table. Hands on head, eyes up front until I say clean up your center. For the block center, with the Legos, take them apart a little bit before you put them in the tray. And if you have a little trouble, I can come over and help you. Don't throw the whole thing in the tray because that's not really fair to the next group. Kelsey's finished, Chloe's finished, and they're sitting quietly waiting for me to call them to line up in front of their center, pushing their chairs in, lining up at the red line right in front of their center. Nice job, ladies. I love how you did that so quietly. Now that they've done all three centers, that means it's time for art class to be over till next week. Make sure when you're walking out into the hallway, you're doing it nice and quietly. Thank you so much for being a part of the art class.